Alright, welcome back for game 2 in this best of 3 from TSL4. Our blue Protoss player of the day, it is Genius in the bottom left hand corner of ESV Cloud Kingdom. His opponent in the top right corner, the Red Terran, LiquidTaeJa. And this replay pack, of course, is brought to you by Team Liquid Pro. And it's actually this week between Taeja and Rhett. There are quite a few great replays in there. Go check them out. I'll put the link in the info. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you want to see, who you like seeing. I check out the view counts on the videos, try to get an idea of what players are hot, what players are not. And I also like to get some new blood out there, get some names out, so you guys can watch some of your favorite guys. So, well, right now we're going to stick with some Team Liquid replays. And yes, well, game 1 was quite an interesting play. Definitely check it out. I will not spoil it for you. It's a best of 3, and that first game was on Daybreak. Now this is on ESV Cloud Kingdom, both 2-player maps. This one a little smaller, and looks like Rax. Okay, Rax opening. Interesting placement from Taeja, hiding it up there in the corner. Meanwhile, gateway opening for the Genius. Not going to do a Nexus first. On a map like this, it can be a little bit more difficult to hold, but let's just see what happens. We gotta wait and count the minutes. What are we at? 2:13, 2:14. Nah. Oh. Anyways, guys, I'm glad to be back. I was out for a little bit, but now I've returned. And I was saying in the last video, I think that I've been casting a little bit. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I've been casting 2 tournaments twice a week for Team LXG. Definitely, they have 2 opens, Tuesday night and Thursday night. There's Tuesdays is the bronze gold tourney, bronze through gold. You get about maybe around 30 players, give or take a few. If you're a bronze through gold level player and you want to be cast live, we do have 2 streams. If you want to just play for the hell of it, go ahead and do it. I highly recommend it. It's playhim.com is where you find the tourney. Team LXG, just the letters. That's the name of the team, and it's the LXG Open. You can find the chat channel in StarCraft, LXG space and then Open. That's the chat channel for the tourney. They have the bronze through gold on Tuesday nights. Thursday nights is the plat through diamond, plat and diamond rather. There's nothing in between the two, of course, except for maybe the Wood League somewhere in there. But check it out. That's Thursday night. Both tourneys start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's U.S. East Coast time. And they're a lot of fun, a lot of great guys here. We do have 2 streams usually. Tomorrow we're just gonna have 1. Sometimes we have guys out of town. Things going on, but definitely check them out. Let me get back to the game though before it gets too far into it. Do have so a 1 gate expo from Genius. Meanwhile, it is 1 racks into 3 racks. Oh yeah, standard play here from both players. Double gas going down for Taeja. So he's going to favor that style over Bomber's 1 gas. Which is usually a faster build, but let's see what he does with the gas. At this point, what were the, looks like the Marines in the bunker were actually shooting the CC there for a second. Taeja going on a bit of a suicide bender there for a second, trying to kill his own CC. Stalker out with the map control, scouting around, looking for something to pick off. Man, if I was a Marine, I'd be terrified of stalkers. I'd be like the ghost in the night that comes along and picks you up and kills you. So, 3-gate robo. Once again, very standard. Nothing too crazy from either player yet at this point. Let's see, we have a tech lab, so we'll see some stim. In fact, looks like it's being hidden in the top right corner here. There we go, stim right away. And let's see what kind of add-ons. Taeja go for the add-ons here, or is he going to go for factory? Looks like he's actually saving up the gas for a factory here. No eBay on the way, so he's not going for a +1 weapons. Looks like, yeah, he's going to get the medevacs out quickly with the stim timing. And this map, with this ledge here at Genius's base, is great for drops and medevac abuse. And you can also come in and drop here in the natural. Daybreak is not as good of a map for drops. I'm not saying it's a bad map. Though it does also actually, if I think about it, Daybreak does have the ridge. What am I saying? There's a ridge on the edge of the base that you can come in and drop on. But for some reason, this one just feels better. It's a little bit smaller, and I think it's a little easier to get your opponent out of position because of the way the ramp is here. And then the drops over here. A little bit of a longer distance, I think, to make the Protoss army move. But TaeJa definitely favoring drops on this map. Throwing down that second bunker, Stim coming out. Now he's going to go for the +1 with his eBay. Or is it just... Let's see, what is TaeJa seen? He hasn't seen the Expo, so that actually could just be a defensive engineering bay for missile turrets in case of DTs. Salvaging both bunkers. Pushing out that starport about halfway done. Reactor on the way as well, and looks like, yeah, 2 tech labs, 1 reactor. Getting out some Marauders. The robotics bay coming out now, though, for Genius. So he's going to go for Colossus. He's got an observer on the way, and that is the first one. So, see where he goes. He's got 4 sentries here, saving up some energy. But is this army going to be able to hold off? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, TaeJa's just going to poke in, check the third with 1 Marine. Double Forge, though, on the way. So Genius wants to go into the late game. He's got 1 Colossus building now. No third, though. So definitely not a quick third, but he's playing more defensive. A little bit safer style than taking a very fast third. There go the 4th and 5th racks for TaeJa now. He's got 2 medevacs on the way. Combat shields about halfway done. And +1 weapons also about halfway done. Income-wise, a little bit of advantage for the Protoss player. Factor in the 2 mules, and it's maybe about a 4 harvester lead for can't remember his name. For Genius, the guy whose name I've been saying all game long. Oh, and what do we have? 6 gates and a robo, so 6 gate robo. Not an all-in by any stretch of the imagination. Double upgrades, and it's going to be very strong and should do a good job of holding off this push here. That Colossus is certainly going to help out. It's worth its weight in gold. The only problem is it's not as mobile, but it can walk up and down these cliffs, so it should be useful in defending the drops. But it looks like TaeJa actually going to go for a dual drop, not splitting up the medevacs, going to throw them all in here, actually parachuting out, picking off this pylon. We will have great map control now. This one little Pepe Le Probe is hiding in the top left corner. Here come the Marines up the ramp, pushing in. They're going to see that Colossus and fall back immediately. There we go, 2 Vikings already on the way. And the upgrade is actually going to start to favor Genius here. TaeJa did get the +1 quick, faster, but his +1 armor is going to be late. And at this point, let's see, he does have an armory to go for +2. Could be in a bit of a trouble. He does not have the armory yet. He's also working only on 1 engineering bay versus 2 forge. As you see the mule fly past the window. And yeah, so it's 5 racks. This observer here, for Genius, scouting everything. And it looks like the medevac is going to fall back, not able to do anything at all. Stalker's here to shut that down. Only 1 worker killed for each side. And I definitely say this is starting to favor Genius here. Able to get through the mid-game without taking a lot of damage from those medevacs. He's got 2 Colossus out, 3rd one about to finish, the magic number 3. As he is going to go for +2 upgrades as soon as +1 finishes. And this is it's not looking great for TaeJa at this point. He does have a good sized army here, Marines and Marauders, but he's behind on upgrades now. He's at 1-0, while Genius is sitting there on 1-1. He's got 3 Colossus, a bunch of Stalkers, and Genius is in a great defensive position. The great thing about this map, you get 3 bases, and they're pretty close to each other. You can really defend them pretty, it's not the biggest stretch like Daybreak. The 3rd there is so much farther away from your main than it is here, and it's a lot harder to defend. But let's see what Twilight Council now. Okay, so we're going to see that Templar attack coming out too from Genius, and once he gets that death ball up, it is going to be scary. I tell you, TaeJa will be having nightmares as Genius gets out his Templar. Looks like Army's actually going to engage here in the middle of the map, a walking engagement. Colossus unsupported though. 1 does go down. Oh, that hurts so much. And now the Vikings moving in here. Looks like both armies going to fall back. That hurts Genius just a bit, losing 1 of those Colossus. Wants to keep those guys alive. He's still sitting on 3 at this point, but that did not help his cause. We have 8 Vikings out now, and yep, there go the probes to the 3rd. No 3rd in sight for Taeja, he's up in supply by about 15, 17, but definitely falling behind. Actually pulling SCVs. Looks like, oh, an engagement here. Vikings going down, trying to pick off a Colossus. Unable to, wounding 2 of them, but not picking any off. The armies skirmishing back and forth. Do we have SCVs being pulled to join the fight, though? Taeja going all in on this. Leaving a few to mine. Was pulled off a significant number of SCVs. Here comes the force fields pinning units. SCVs join the fray at the last second. Vikings landing. Taeja knowing he's too far behind. He just has to go all in here with the SCVs. But I'm curious to why he didn't pull more. He's going to try and get the 3rd here, possibly, but unable to. 1 Colossus still there. And more reinforcements streaming in for Taeja. Desperately trying to get himself into this game. He's up in supply, but down in Harvesters. And down on upgrades. 2-2 about to finish now for Genius. Blink also finishing. And this Nexus might fall, but Genius still in a great position here. He's got to deal with the army. Taeja able to actually get the Nexus. It goes down. Exploding. Oh my. Taeja, could he win this game with this push? There's one heck of an army though. 2 Colossus out here. Blink Stalkers. It will come down to the micro as Taeja picks up. Looks like he's going to drop the main with 3 Marauders here. Try and get a tech kill. Sorry, I keep yawning. Woo. It's about 3 a.m. so a little tired. But looks like, yeah, those Marauders now, they're going to fall back. Medevac just makes it out. Just barely. And yeah, Taeja able to completely clean up the 3rd. Even out the Harvester count just a little bit more. Still, that definitely hurts Genius, being forced back onto 2 bases. And he's getting low here in the main. Though his upgrades are superior, he's at 2-2 to the 1-1 of Taeja. And Genius can, if he can get a good engagement here, will be in a great position. Army size, though, if you look at the resources, is actually Genius behind by about 1,300 on the minerals. Gas count's about even. And there goes that 3rd Nexus. Looks like Taeja going to try and go up this ramp into the natural. And that actually could be a bad idea if he gets caught and surrounded here with these Colossus. And Scrum's just going, oh, a couple Zealots being picked off. +3 armor now on the way. So Genius not letting up at all, keeping ahead on those upgrades, transferring probes to the 3rd again. Looks like a bit of a scout coming in, 1 Marine. Gonna pick off possibly a probe. Armies dancing back and forth. Not a whole lot going on. Taeja not expanding behind this. Staying on 2 bases, trying to kill his opponent. Ooh, man, I think I need a cup of coffee. Because this game is exciting. I don't know why I'm yawning. Alright. Let's see. 6 Vikings coming out. A couple more on the way. And Taeja's trying to mass up enough an army here to win this game, but he's just behind a little bit in the income. Falling behind. Actually, still ahead in supply, but losing his supply lead. Gets the Nexus again! Taeja, whoa. Able to snipe it a 2nd time. That hurts. Looks loading up 1 medevac, gonna try to drop it. Nope. And Genius is really pinned in his base, unable to push out. Let's see. He's waiting for +3 armor. Warping in a couple Zealots. Long distance mining, so looks like at this point neither player able to get a 3rd. Taeja choosing not to, and Genius unable to get his 3rd and keep it. It will come down to this engagement here as Taeja moving into the natural, going for that Nexus. Can he snipe it? Actually engaging with the Protoss army. Oh man, that is carnage at its worst. Vikings on the Colossus. 1 does fall. There's still 3 left though. And his 2nd one likely going to fall, but there's a lot of Stalkers here in the front. 3rd Colossus falling. 4th and final going down, but it's mostly Vikings at this point. Only Marines and Vikings. Medevacs. Probes pulled. Genius looks like he's going to hold at the top of the ramp. Oh, that 1 sentry going to fall. Out of energy. It does go down. Can Genius clean this up though? That's a lot of Marauders and Vikings. Nice force fields. Pushing the army back. A good pickup from Taeja though. Getting 2 of those Marauders back. And now the probe's trapped on the outside. That is not good for them. They are dead meat. Or whatever they are, dead metal. They are not biological, I tell you that much. Oh man, so now TaeJa going up with the Vikings, trying to get that Colossus as it spawns. Doesn't even do much damage at all. Vikings landing though, but does TaeJa have enough? I just don't know that I don't see him doing this against the Stalker Sentry. That is a lot of sentries, I tell you, man. Woo. Look at all those sentries. And the Stalkers. Great force fields. TaeJa pushing in here. What I don't think he's gonna have enough. Nope. Genius holding on by the skin of his teeth. Neither player doing a whole lot of mining at this point. And Genius survives as another stim comes in. Oh man, back and forth, back and forth. I think Genius has got this, these reinforcements coming across the map, but it just takes so long to reinforce from all the way over here that Genius, with the shorter length of distance to reinforce, is able to hold. Loses a sentry though, he's got to be careful. Actually, all of his sentries have fallen, mostly Stalkers left. That assimilator is doomed. And more Stalkers. So, very low econ game. We are at 65 supply for TaeJa, 48 for Genius. Exciting game. Can Genius clean this army up in the middle of the map though? Skirmishes everywhere. Supply about even. Income, let's check that out. It's a little bit of an advantage. Looks like Protoss player mining wise is actually mining more with fewer harvesters. Oh, there we go. TaeJa finally getting his third up. Floats the CC over from the main. And that is huge. All those mules there is going to make a huge difference. Genius actually is in trouble right now, unable to get his own third up. And this could be a problem here with all those mules mining. A Terran composition in a TVP is very mineral heavy, so those mules are worth their weight in gold. Upgrade wise though, still 1-1. TaeJa has not gone for any more upgrades at this point. He's floating a lot of gas. A little bit of Stalker army moving out. Stalkers, of course, very mobile units. Gonna do some harassment here. Sitting at 2-3. Here they go into the third. Meanwhile, a factory scout down here checking the third of Genius to see if he has expanded. Oh, TaeJa has to be careful with his engagement. No force fields here, no sentries. The Stalkers are in trouble. No stim yet from TaeJa, holding on. And looks like actually splits up the army there to try and get a surround. Blink away from Genius, keeping these guys alive. This is crucial. Trying to buy himself time to get into this game. He's down by about 45 supply. Not looking good for Genius. Caught here, losing some Stalkers. They're gonna die. He's got to blink away. And he has to GG out. TaeJa taking game 2 here. Nice little medevac push there early on. Doing some damage and able to snipe the third twice. Actually, yeah, it was really sniping the thirds that did it, not the medevac. So great play from TaeJa yet again. Go check out the first game if you haven't seen it. It's CaptainAmerica SC2 signing off. Gonna get you guys game 3 right now.